Okay, so this guy called Richard, he's saying he's going to sell his stereo system, which cost him 8,500, and it has a depreciated value. It's been used at flat rate depreciation, and they've given us the formula. So S0 equals 8,500. That makes sense from what we were happening up here. And that's our flat rate depreciation. Using this depreciation method, what is the value of the stereo system 4 years? Well, it says that this recurrence relationship is with n years. And so you just hit your calculator, you put the 8,500 in, and press execute, and it shoots across to the right. And then you just say minus 867 onto your calculator, press execute, you get that. So after 1 year, it is 7633, and then you just execute again to get 2 years, execute again to get 3 years, execute again to get 4 years. So I get my total dollar value. What is the value of the stereo system 4 years after it was purchased? Well, that's quite straightforward. It is that last value, which is $5032. Now it says calculate the annual percentage flat rate of depreciation for this depreciation method. Okay, so every year it goes down $8,607 on the 8,500. So you take one divided by the other, and you get 0.12. So you got to just times that by 100. So 0.102 times 100, and you'll get 10.2%, and that's your answer. Okay, so now Richard has decided that he's actually going to be using the reducing balance depreciation method with an annual depreciation rate of 8%. So, and again, we're doing after 4 years. You can see I've got the calculations over to the side here, but I'll explain where that all comes from. So, if you've got 100% and you've got to take away 8%, well, that equals 92%, which equals 0.92. So every year you're multiplying it by 0.92. So you just take your calculator and you put in 8,500 and you hit execute, and you just say times 0.92, and that will tell you it's 7,820. And then you hit execute again, and it'll just do the same thing for year 2, and then year 3, and then execute again for year 4, and there's your answer. It doesn't take very long at all, does it? So you just look at that, and you've got to round it off to 2 decimal places. So that's obviously $6089.34. Not forgetting, they did say to you round to the nearest cent, which is 2 decimal places. Fairly straightforward. Okay, so again, we're looking at what Richard is doing. So it says 4 years after it's purchased, Richard said it was worth 4,500. It was reducing balance depreciation. And they want to know this time what was the annual rate of depreciation to get there and round to 1 decimal place. So let's have a look at what we did before. We took the 8,500 and we multiplied it by 0.92, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So what we're actually saying is we took the V4 equals 0.92 to the power 4 times V0, right? This time when they're telling us what V4 is, and we know what V0 is, we've got to work out what the mystery number is. It's very similar to what we were doing before, if you remember from the previous question. So this time we don't know what that is. So we now know that V4 is 4,500, and that equals some mystery number to the power 4 times the V0, which is 8,500. So all you've got to do then is on your calculator, because it's easy to do it, is do some algebra. So it'll just show what the algebra is. So you divide both sides by 8,500. So you end up with x to the power 4 equals 4,500 on 8,500, because these two cancel out. Okay, and then you just got to get the fourth root of both sides. Now, you're probably not that familiar with the fourth root, but basically we're just saying x equals all of this 4,500 over 8,500, sorry, 8,500 to the power 1/4. And that's all I've done on the calculator. Just have a look at this. First of all, I like to do the 4,500 divided by the 8,500 and press execute. I got that. And then I say to my answer, to the power, which is the hat, and then just do brackets 1 divided by 4. So whatever the fourth root is, you're used to probably doing square roots, which is 1 divided by 2, which is 0.5. And you'll get this lovely little number here. But that's not the completion of the project, right? Because remember, when we had the 0.92, that was because it was 100 minus 8, right? So if we got 0.8529, blah, 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 well, that's 1 minus, if you do 1 minus that, we get 0.147, and we're going to times that by 100. So you end up with 0.147, right, times 100, and that will get us 14.7%, which is actually the correct answer that we were looking for.